Since we're talking about the future of telescopes, let's talk about our current super sexy, awesome telescope, the
Right.
James Webb Space Telescope, that I still can't believe actually worked.
I can't believe it worked either. I was really skeptical. I was like, okay, guys,
We
all
only,
right, sure.
we only got one shot for this incredibly complicated piece of hardware to unfold. So what kind of stuff can we see with it? I've been just looking through different kinds of announcements that have been detected. There's been some direct imaging.
Yes, like a single pixel.
The kinds of exoplanets we're able to direct image, I guess, would have to be hot.
Hot, usually far away from the, reasonably far away from the star. I think JWST is really kind of at the hairy edge of being able to do much with this. What's more important, I think, for JWST is the spectra. And the problem with spectra is that there's not sexy pictures. It's like, hey, look at this wiggly line. But be able to find and characterize atmospheres around terrestrial exoplanets is the critical next step. That's where we are right now. In order to look for life, we need to find planets with atmospheres, right? And then we need to be able to do this thing called characterization, where we look at the spectral fingerprints for what's in the atmosphere. Is there carbon? Is there carbon dioxide? Is there oxygen? Is there methane? And that's the most exciting thing. For example, there was this planet K2-18b, which they did a beautiful job getting the spectra. And the spectra indicated it may be an entirely new kind of habitable world called a Hycean world. Hycean meaning hydrogen ocean world. And that is a kind of planet that it would be kind of in the super Earth sub-Neptune domain we were talking about, maybe 8 times the mass of the Earth. But it's got a layer of hydrogen, of an atmosphere of hydrogen. Hydrogen is an amazing greenhouse gas. So hydrogen will keep the planet underneath it warm enough that you could get liquid water. You can get a giant ocean of liquid water. And that's an entirely different kind of planet that could be habitable planet. It could be a 60-degree warm ocean. So the data that came out of JWST for that planet was good enough to be able to indicate, like, oh yeah, you know what? The models, from what we understand about the models, this looks like it could be a Hycean world.
And it's 120 light years away from Earth.
Yeah. And so isn't that amazing? It's 120 light years away, but we can see into the atmosphere. We can see into the atmosphere so well that we can be like, oh, look, methane. Methane was a 5 sigma detection. Like, you knew that the data were so good that it was like the gold standard of science.